Manuel lifted the radio out of the truck and fixed it to Pedro's back. Joe stopped them.
"It won't work,"
he said.
"Why not?"
asked Leon.
"It isn't a strong radio,"
replied Joe.
"We're too far away from the base. No one will hear us from this side of the river. We must cross the river by ourselves." "We can't," said Leon. "We must get help." "We can't get help from here," said Joe. "We must cross the river first. Then we can get help." "But how do we get across?" asked Leon. "It's too dangerous. Look at the water."
The rain was still falling heavily, and the water was rising.
"I have a plan," said Joe.
Leon looked at Joe and smiled.
"You're clever, Joe," Leon said. "You always have plans, but they never work." "Let's listen to Joe's plan," said Manuel. "We can use the boat," said Joe. Leon laughed. "Don't be stupid. The boat's too small for 4 people. And look at the rushing water. It will carry the boat away." "But we've got a rope," said Joe. "We can tie the rope to the boat. With luck, the water will carry the boat to the other side." "We can try it," said Pedro. "It won't work," said Leon. "It will work," said Joe. "Look, I'll show you." We tie a rope to this end of the bridge. Then we tie the rope to the boat and carry it up the river. 2 of us get into the boat and push it into the river. We paddle hard to get to the other side. We tie the rope to the other end of the bridge. One of us pulls the rope and brings the boat back. "It won't work," Leon said, "but we can try it." "I'll go first," Joe said. "It's my plan." "No, let me go," said Pedro. "I am stronger." "You can both go," said Leon. "Pedro, you stay on the other side. Joe, you bring the boat back, and then you can take Manuel. Then you can come back again for me." "Good," Joe said. "Pedro, you bring the radio. You can use it on the other side of the river."
Pedro got the rubber boat out of the truck and pumped it up. Leon helped him with his right arm. There was a long rope in the back of the truck. Joe tied it to the broken bridge. Manuel tied the other end of the rope to the rubber boat. "It's a long rope," Leon said. "It'll be all right." "Hurry," said Joe. "The water is rising quickly." Joe and Pedro carried the boat. Manuel and Leon walked behind them. Manuel held the boat. Joe and Pedro climbed in. The rushing water took the boat into the middle of the river. The boat crossed to the other side. It came near the bridge. Joe held on. Pedro climbed out of the boat. Pedro tied the rope to a piece of the bridge. Pedro stayed on the far side of the river. Joe pulled hard on the rope, and the boat slowly came back to Leon and Manuel. "You get in now, Manuel," said Leon. "I'm going last." "No, you're not," Manuel replied. "Your arm is broken. You can't get into the boat alone. You need help. I'll help you." "Manuel is right," said Joe. "You need help, Leon." Manuel helped Leon into the boat. He sat down in the boat, and Joe pulled hard on the rope. Trouble came suddenly. Joe and Leon were in the middle of the river. Leon saw the tree first. The rushing water was pulling it down the river. "Look out!" Leon shouted. Joe looked round. At that moment, the branches of the tree hit the boat. Joe held onto the rope. His feet slipped, and the boat moved away from him. "Hold on to the rope!" Leon shouted. But Joe did not listen. He let go of the rope and swam towards the rubber boat. Joe was a good swimmer and he soon reached the boat.